Hey, what's up you guys, this is Akilan from Akilan Tech and welcome back to a new video. In this video, I am going to give you a complete guide on buying the perfect smartphone. So if you want to buy a perfect smartphone, then watch the video till the end. So let's get started. First of all, before buying a smartphone, you need to make a checklist of what are the features that you need in a smartphone. The first one you need to be aware is the form factor. Nowadays, we have got the foldable smartphones, flip smartphones or the compact smartphones and the normal ideal smartphones. So you have to make sure which kind of smartphone you are looking for. And the next one is the display. If you are looking to buy a smartphone above 10,000, then you have to make sure that your smartphone have at least 90 Hz. 60 Hz above 10K is not acceptable. But if you are buying a smartphone under 10,000, then it is fine, you can go for the 60 Hz smartphone. Then if you are buying a smartphone above 15,000 or around 20,000, then obviously prefer for 120 Hz refresh rate. And prefer AMOLED display over the IPS display if your budget is above 15,000. The perfect choice will be AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate. And if you get into the display protection, prefer Corning Gorilla Glass 3, 4, 5 or the Victus kind of protection. And next, if you get into the OS, that is a user interface, it totally depends on your choice. Samsung offers 4 years of Android major updates. If you are looking to buy a mid-range smartphone, make sure that your smartphone has at least 2 years of Android updates. You can even prefer the Google Stock UI, which is a clean OS, but there are no additional features like the other UIs. And next one is the battery. Most smartphones nowadays are having minimum of 4500 to 5000 mAh batteries. And also the recent chipsets have been optimized well together with the battery. And if you get into the fast charging, around 15,000 budget range, you should have a minimum of 33 watt charging, and if your budget is about 20,000, minimum of 67 watt charging is recommended. And next, if you get into the build quality, if you are buying a flagship mobile phone, you will have the smartphones with the glass and metal combo, and in the mid range, you will have the smartphones with the glass and plastic combo. And in the budget range, nowadays we are getting some smartphones with the glass back and some smartphones with the plastic back. So it totally depends on you which type of build quality you prefer. And also if you're buying a mid-range smartphone, make sure your smartphone has the IP certification. And next, if you get into the connectivity, nowadays almost all smartphones are giving you 5G network. And also as this 5G has been implemented in India, make sure prefer 5G smartphones over the 4G smartphones. Next, the most important thing is the performance. Previously, we used to have only one smartphone leader, that is in the chipset range, is the Qualcomm Snapdragon. But nowadays the MediaTek is giving a tough competition to the Snapdragon. For example, under 20,000 budget range, prefer MediaTek Dimensity 920 processor over the Snapdragon 695 processor. Snapdragon 695 processor is a good processor, but there are certain limitations in that, like there is no 4K 30fps recording and also it is not well optimized for the gaming. Under 15,000 budget range, MediaTek Helio chipsets are also very good. And if your budget is above 30,000, prefer the smartphones with the chipsets Snapdragon 870, MediaTek Dimensity 8100 and other Snapdragon and MediaTek flagship chipsets. Next, if you get into the storage, either it may be the temporary storage or the permanent storage, that is the RAM or the ROM. In the 15,000 budget range, prefer LPDDR4X RAM, and above 20,000 you have to go for the LPDDR5 or the LPDDR5X RAM. And if you get into the permanent storage, prefer UFS 2.2. Don't go for the eMMC storage as the read and write speeds are slow in the eMMC storage. An ideal combination would be 6GB RAM and the 128GB storage. Next one is also important, that is the camera. Nowadays, most of the smartphone manufacturers are offering the 2 megapixel depth camera. But one point you need to remember is that there is no need of extra depth camera, as your primary camera can even act as the depth camera. Instead of the depth camera, opt for the ultra wide angle lens. And don't fall for the megapixel count. Instead, focus on the pixel size, as pixel size matters more than the megapixel count. And for the primary camera, prefer the Sony sensors over the Samsung sensors, as Sony sensors are well optimized than the Samsung sensors. These are the primary features that you need to keep in mind before buying a perfect smartphone. And including that, there are other miscellaneous stuff that you can keep it as a secondary choice. It includes the stereo speakers, Dolby Vision and the Dolby Atmos for the rich sound, and you can even prefer the USB 3.0, which is good for gaming. And the most important thing that you can keep, which is consider as a secondary choice is the 3.5mm headphone jack. If you want to buy a smartphone for the gaming stuff, then make sure that your smartphone has the 3.5mm headphone jack, because prefer wired earphones over the wireless earphones if you are a gamer. And that's all from this video. After watching my video, I hope you got a clear idea on buying a perfect smartphone. That's all from this video. If you find this video informative, make sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends and family members. If you still have any queries, make sure to comment down below. I will definitely answer them in my upcoming videos. At last, for more interesting tech videos, subscribe right now. That's it from me today. I'll see you next time. Cheers.